Tonight, the Saints look to rise beyond the Seahawks on Monday Night Primetime. It's a series tied at 8 games apiece going back to 1976, and it's coming up next.
We are in the Pacific Northwest as we get set for football at Lumen Field here in the Soto district of Seattle.
These folks love their football in Seattle. This was the scene a moment ago as the home squad came out of the tunnel, and it was just absolutely deafening in this building. They're set for football, so are we, as the Seahawks get set to match up with the New Orleans Saints. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Seahawks team as they get ready here. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game, so they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Saints, they come in with some fresh legs as they got the week off last week thanks to the early season bye.
And usually you hope your bye comes a little bit later in the year, but when you get a chance to get fresh legs back, you take that time and you run with it.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports.
Taken in at the 3. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. And for the first time, we get a look at the veteran Russell Wilson as he gets set to lead yet again this Seattle Seahawks offense.
And similar to his nickname, Russell Wilson has a dangerous mix of skills, the ability to throw from the pocket and extend plays and throw on the run. Not to mention...
A first look here for DJ Dallas. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down.
5 yards on the game's first play, 2nd down. So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. They tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on.
Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Marshawn Lattimore. And he will take this down to the 10-yard line.
First drive coming up here for this New Orleans Saints offense. And leading about a quarterback here in 2021 in his 7th NFL season, it's Jameis Winston.
And coming up of an early season open week. And in this situation, what he told us when we sat down with him was he spent a lot of time working on fundamentals, kind of getting back to basics during that time, as opposed to having to worry about healing up or resting up. It was too early in the season. Get back to the basics, get his game going again.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. He was trying to get that one to Kenny Stills. And it's 2nd down. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Give him 3 on the play, and they're going to face a 3rd down. Jameis to throw it. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Just what Seattle was hoping for. The coverage holds, and now 4th down. And his kick is good. And the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
From the 6. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their 2nd drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick,
2nd and 7. Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. Wilson to Metcalf that time. First down, Seattle. Wilson now on the handoff to Collins. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Wilson gives to Collins. Finding some room at midfield. And finally brought down at the 43.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
Well, throw on first down with Wilson. Drops it underneath for Collins. Nothing at all on that one. It'll be 2nd down. Now Wilson. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 31-yard line. 12 yards there as they move the chains. Dancing to his left. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion, or even worse, an interception.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Wilson. And this a quick slant to Lockett. A Seahawk first down as Wilson finds Lockett. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Returning right back to Lockett. And the Seahawks are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here as they go to work on a 1st and goal. Now Wilson. Touchdown, Seahawks. Tyler Lockett, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. Bouncing back nicely from that bad opening drive where he threw the interception. Drive number 2 leads him right down the field and into the end zone.
So obviously his confidence was never lost, and that's a good thing to see. Great quality to have. You absolutely must maintain that as a quarterback. But I have to think that they're probably still on the script that they prepared for this game. Just the second drive. They've worked on these plays all week in practice. Put them to good use on that one.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. On the return, Deontay Harris. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. They were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree, because when you get that open week after a victory, it does wonders for everyone. Obviously, your body, get a chance to heal up, but your mind as well. You feel good about winning, so now you can get away from it for a few days, put down the playbook, turn off the film. Just be you. Enjoy that time away, and then you come back ready to go.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game, because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Winston to give. It's Kamara.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Winston. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 24-yard line.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10.
Now here's a throw that's complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Back to the ground, it's Kamara. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11.
Let's go, boys.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And a hard-earned yard there as he ran through one would-be tackler. It's 2nd down. On 2nd and 9, Winston. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds.
Get out of here, man.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell.
And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Alvin Kamara, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And once again, the Saints are back out in front. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get them over the goal line.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 10-7. So that drive goes 8 plays. And the capper came from Alvin Kamara on the touchdown run. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Here's Russell Wilson and the Seahawk offense now getting set to go again. Last series, the ball never hit the ground. 6 of 6, touchdown pass, so whatever. 2 minutes remaining in the first half, 10-7, our score. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Escaping, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. On 3rd down, this is Collins. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Deontay Harris deep for New Orleans. .35 yards that time on the punt. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The offense and Alvin Kamara heading back onto the field. We're in the 2nd quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, trying to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the 1st down completion. And he hits his target. It's Kenny Stills. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. Now Winston. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. Again, it's Winston. And incomplete. Kenny Stills, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. Winston. Going deep here for Stills. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Blesson Austin. And a good return here as he takes it up past the 30-yard line. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
The Seahawks going to take over now late in this first half. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together. From the 40 now on 2nd down. Wilson. That ball nearly intercepted. The rookie had his hands on it but couldn't pull it in. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. From the shotgun, Wilson. And this is going to be incomplete. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Saints offense going to head out now late in this first half. And leading 10-7, and they may just want to get this to the locker room. 35 seconds, all that remains in the first half as they come up on 1st down. Going deep here for Stills. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. Touchdown, New Orleans. Kenny Stills, 84 yards. And the Saints are able to strike quickly for 6. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
And the final clocking on the next-gen stats there, how about this? 22.1 miles per hour. Wow. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Russell Wilson now gears up to lead the offense again. Charles, it's the 2nd quarter. Your team's losing. You're not playing. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. Left side complete to Lockett. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. From the 44, Wilson. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. He was trying to get it to DJ Dallas that time, and it's 3rd and short. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Saints out on top. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin up north at MetLife Stadium over in New Jersey, where it was the Giants who pick up the victory at home. Colin Kaepernick, strong in the victory, as his guys looked better than a team that had won just one game coming in. From there, we're off to check out another game, and they were winners in that game over the visiting Detroit Lions.
The second half. Wilson will throw again. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
It's a nice zone breaker right there. Take the tight end, move him out to the slot, then have him run a corner route versus the zone coverage, which means he's going to be behind the shallow coverage and ahead of the deep coverage, putting the ball right on him.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Collins running it from the pistol. Taken down by Pete Werner.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Play action. Now Wilson. He hits his target, Lockett. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 15-yard line. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
That's a nice catch there. Remember, he had the fumble earlier. No way he was giving up the ball in that situation. Secured it tight to his body and picks up the first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Now a give to Collins. He stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. Still 9 remaining on 2nd down. Out of the gun, handoff to Dallas. And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. To throw is Wilson. Over the middle, that's caught by Metcalf. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. 1st and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what happens.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. This is Collins on the handoff. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. He'll try again. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. So can this New Orleans defense stand tall again? 3rd and goal. Trying to punch it in with Collins. And this time he is in. Alex Collins. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks have made this a 1-score game.
Well, he decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times that's a passing play.
And the kicker, this has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe the sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
The extra point now coming from Myers. And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game. That time a 9-play drive. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. No return there for Harris, and the drive will begin at the 25. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. And following that long touchdown pass, a 1-play drive last time, let's see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. They go play action. Winston. On the check down, he finds Kamara. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that's going to bring up a third down.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. There's a running back who was a receiver on the play. Ike's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd run to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
Throw left side going to be taken in by Harris. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. First down, Winston. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Third quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up. They'll throw again. Winston. He gets it complete to Harris. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Seattle, Washington. The Saints on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Winston now from the 50. And he fires one, but incomplete. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And we will get another look at Seattle's offense. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a... Wilson. Out left, he's got it to Everett.
It's not good about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
On 3rd and 1, Wilson. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. Defense was expecting run, and they're dealt a pass of over 15 yards.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed, too.
Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy. On 1st down, Wilson. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that is dropped. Oh, my goodness. That could have been a game changer, but he could not hang on. Throwing again here, Wilson. And he comes back with one complete. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now Wilson. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end, complete. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. Again, Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. On the handoff, it's Dallas. And he's got the first, but we also have a flag on the field. And they're already walking backwards. He was trying to clear the way, the big fullback. Instead, he gets a hold.
And you don't see that very often on running plays from those guys because usually they're the lead blocker. Normally, when he gets caught, it's in a passing situation.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. From the gun, it's Wilson. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Freddie Swain, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks have once again taken the lead. And now remember, all touchdowns are reviewed, and in a tight game like this, they're going to take a good long look at it. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. It's up and good to make it 21-17. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Here's Harris to return it. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Winston and the Saints now down 21-17. A minute 52 to play. They've surrendered a double-digit lead but can rescue themselves late as they come up on 1st down. Winston to throw. It's complete. Kamara. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. He's going to let it fly. He's got a man. Complete. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? The guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field. Pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route well run, and the football right on the money.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Now Winston. And this is caught. Kenny Stills. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Here's Winston. A good pickup there, 26 yards, being chased out left. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Winston. They'll get this out to Kamara. And the Saints are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Back to throw. And he's got it. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow. How many people watching this one right here who gave up because that score, they might want to try and rush back into this stadium.
Yeah. What looks like is going to be the game-deciding score, although a little bit of time left, so you can't count your chickens before they're hatched.
Well, they better come back in here and watch this one because you and I, we're not going anywhere. We want to see this one play out.
Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. A drive that time of 6 plays, and it ends with a touchdown for New Orleans. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Taking it about the 1. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. Now the focus shifts to the Seahawks offense. Trailing by a field goal. 23 seconds to go. And they're in danger of a third. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you've still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
Extra point right down the middle, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return. Started.
And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game.
Second down, and it's Kamara again.
And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And they'll indeed take a knee. And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left. And they will take a knee here.
So this one, a victory here for New Orleans. And say what you want about Lumen Field here in Seattle, but for my money, this is the loudest and most difficult place to win in the league when you're on the road.
It's very hard. The fan support, off the charts. The way that they make noise and understand when to make noise, they understand the game as well as anyone. And how about what we get in our media packets when we start preparing for the game? They have it in their own stuff, right? The number of offsides penalties, false start penalties that they draw against the opposing team because of that fan support. And last but not least, they designed the stadium to keep the noise in, and it works.
But not in this one. They were able to somehow come in here and get that victory.
So for New Orleans, their good start continues as they get their record up